It changes its velocity from 10 meter per second to 20 meter per second. 10 meter per second to 20 meter per second. Full stop. Sorry, not full stop, comma. While passing through a distance, 135 meter in t seconds. While passing through a distance 135 meters in how many seconds? T seconds. Full stop. The value of t is options are A 12, B 9, C 10, D 1.8. Once again I am repeating the question, so if you missed some part of it, just note it down. A particle moves in a straight line with constant acceleration. So these three equations are applicable? Yes or no? Okay. It changes its velocity from 10 meter per second to 20 meter per second while passing through a distance of 135 meter in t seconds. The value of t is. Okay, that we have to find out. So in any problem in mechanics, either we have to go with the diagram or with the given quantities as we read the problem. This is a NEET level question asked in prelims 2008, AIPMT prelims 2008. So what they are saying, a particle goes with a constant acceleration motion. So acceleration is constant, these three are applicable. They are saying it changes its velocity from represents initial velocity is 10 meter per second and final velocity is 20 meter per second. Understood or not? It changes its velocity from 10 to 20 meter per second. What next they are saying? And for doing so, or while doing so, it covers a distance of 135 meters. So you have to calculate the time which is taken. Time taken by a particle to do so. So here one thing is sure, u, v, s and t. We need a relation which connects u, v, s and t. So observe and tell me which is the relation. U, v, s and t. Do we have a direct relation? No. This is why people think that entrance exams are tough. Right from first question they went to the application level. If you are studying only for state board, directly they would have asked you, okay, if u is this, v is this, a is this, what is s? Yes or no? But now, what is the problem? We don't have a value. But initially, what you can do, u, v, s and t we need, but t is not given. So let us write a here. See how to solve these problems. When you are not getting any equation, replace that fifth quantity here. Do you have a relation which will connect u, v, s and a? Yes. Equation number 3. So let us use that equation. V square is equal to u square plus 2as and give me value of a. Yes or no? So I can write v square minus u square by 2s is equal to a. Yes or no? So a is equal to v square 20 square minus, is it in meter per second? Yes. 10 square divided by 2 into 135. Tell me what is a value? Quick. Understood what I am doing and why we are doing it? Because we don't have a direct relation. Now once we will get a, we have a relation between u, v, a and t. Right? So we can find out the acceleration.
10 by 9.
10 by, so this is 400 by minus 100, 300 divided by 270, so 10 by 9, or I can even say it is 1.0111, so 10 by 9 is comfortable, meter per second square, 10 by 9 meter per second square. So coming back to what they are asking is T, right? T. Now I know what is U, what is V, what is A, what is T, and what is S. No, I don't know what is T. I know what is U, V, A and S. So either I can go with this group or I can go with this group. Select any group where 3 will be known and 1 will be unknown, that is T. Are you understanding? Are you understanding what I am doing? U, V, A, T and S are usually 5 quantities we have always in a relation. Okay. Now by using that relation I got the value of A. So I can go with relation U, V, A and T, which is very simple, right? V is equal to U plus AT, or I can go with the relation S is equal to UT plus half AT square, right? I can go with the second group. In any case you have to find out T, so this is very easy. V minus U by A is equal to T. So tell me what is value of T? How much?
9 seconds.
Is it there in the options? 12, 9, 10 and 1.8. So what is the answer? 9 seconds. Understood? All of you understood this problem? Shall we go to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Sushant, understood? Okay. Okay, a car moving with a speed of 40 km per hour, a car moving with a speed of 40 km per hour can be stopped, a car moving with a speed of 40 km per hour can be stopped, by applying brakes after at least 2 meters, to stop. If the same car is moving with a speed of 80 kilometers per hour, what is the minimum stopping distance? What is the minimum stopping distance? What is the minimum stopping distance? Okay. Options are A 4 meter. Hello, पानी देगा. अंदर के लिए गिरेगी. A 4 meter, B 6 meter, C 8 meter and D2 meter. Okay, before we go for the solution, I have shared a DPP on WhatsApp. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
That contains many questions from all the categories what we are solving here. So you shouldn't ask for homework again and again. You have to solve that DPP in 2 or 3 stages and submit it by Tuesday. By when? Tuesday. Solving that DPP itself is practice for this exam. Are you understanding? Some of you might have solved few questions already. Still you try to solve it once again. It will be an additional practice. Okay. So what they are saying, a car is moving with velocity of or speed of. It's a one direction motion. Okay. See, every time you can't write these equations and keep on relating these quantities. With practice, you should come to a level that everything, in mind itself, you should be able to do. Okay, these 4 quantities are given. So this 5th quantity I have to find out. So first I have to find out that quantity and the other thing, whatever they are asking. So they are saying a car is moving with some speed of 40 km per hour. Okay. Now the moment when you get any speed in kilometer per hour, usually we have to convert it into meter per second. Okay. So x kilometer per hour. We know 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Yes or no? Huh? Agreed? And 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. So x kilometer per hour is nothing but x into 1000 meters by 3600 seconds. Now if you reduce this, it will become what? What it will become? 5 by 18. So x kilometer per hour can be converted into meter per second by multiplying it 5 by 18. Remember, meter per second will be a lesser value than that of kilometer per hour. So you have to multiply it by 5 by 18. Now the same thing if it is given in meter per second, or final answer if you get x in meter per second, how we will convert it in kilometer per hour? X into 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. Now I have taught you to derive it also. So don't get confused between 5 by 18, 18 by 5. But remember one thing, kilometer per hour, speed in kilometer per hour will be a bigger number when you compare it with meter per second. Now 5 by 18 is less than 1 and 18 by 5 is greater than 1. So if you multiply anything with 18 by 5, final answer will be greater than your left hand side. Okay, or greater than your x value. And if you multiply it by 5 by 18, it will be lesser than whatever they have given. So that you can understand. So this is the initial speed. When you apply brake, what happens? When you apply brake, if you are moving in a car, if something comes in front of you, you apply a brake, what happens? If you apply complete brakes, car stops after some distance, traveling for some distance. It doesn't stop immediately to avoid the impact. Okay, that provision is given. So let us say S is the distance to stop the car. That S distance traveled by a car before it comes to rest. Rest means what will be its final velocity? 0. What will be its initial velocity here? 40. Are you understanding? Final velocity is how much? 0. Initial velocity 40. And the distance it has traveled I have represented by ST. ST is called as stoppage distance. What it is called as? Stoppage distance. Stoppage distance. Now when you apply a brake, velocity goes on reducing, right? Or speed goes on reducing. That means you are changing speed. Whenever we are changing speed, we say acceleration is applied, but here we are reducing speed. So I will say deceleration is applied or negative acceleration is applied. So always remember, whenever you apply brake, a negative acceleration is applied. And whether you are traveling with 40 km per hour, you apply complete brake. Whether you travel with 80 km per hour, you applied complete brake. In both the cases, same brakes, same tires. You cannot change brake. You can change initial speed, but you cannot change brakes. So whenever you apply brake, same acceleration or same force will be applied to stop the car. So always remember this acceleration, whatever we are having in this kind of problems, will be same. Whether initial velocity is 40 or initial velocity is 80. So here I have given you hint also. In first case, U is known, V is known, ST is known. Okay? ST is known. Can you find out A from here? Yes or no? Yes or no? It will be a negative value, don't worry. It will be a negative value, don't worry. In second case, this is V1, U1, V1, okay, V1, ST1 and A you found. In second case, U2 is given. How much is that? 80. Again, V2 is also given. If you want to stop car, final velocity has to be 0, right? Acceleration, can you change the brake? No, constant acceleration. But because your final initial speed was more this time, you will take a little more distance to stop your car. So stoppage distance will increase. So ST2 you have to find out. Now what is the relation which can relate these four? U, V, S and A. What is the relation? V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Okay. What is the final velocity in first case? I can write first case here. First case. What is V? 0. What is U? In meter per second we have to substitute. So 40 km per hour will become 40 into 5 by 18 meter per second. So how much it is coming? 200 by 18 or 11.11 or 20 by 9. Will it be fine? Not 20 by, it is 100 by 9, isn't it? 100 by 9. Okay. So 100 by 9 whole square. So 11.11 or 10 you can take whole square plus 2 into acceleration you don't know. What is stoppage distance in first case? 2 meter? 2 meter. You substitute. This is 0 and find out A value. Once you get that A value, let us say how much it is coming, tell me quickly. 11.1 square. 11 square is 121. Additionally you have 0.1 also. So how much you are getting? How much you are getting A value? Directly you tell me A value then. 25 meter per second square minus, right? Minus 25 meter per second square. This calculation you can check later on. Fine. Once we get this minus 25 meter per second square. Sorry? Louder. Y minus 30. Minus 30. Are you sure? Okay. Tell me what is 11.1 square. It is 11.1 into 11.1. How much? Tell me that. What is that value? 11.1 square. You took 100 by 9? Sorry? 11 only. 11 only. Okay. But that is approximate. It is not always suitable. Here options are so different. So this is fine. But if they are close, then you will have to consider 11.1. 11 square is 121. If I am using directly 121, what is the value? 121 plus 4a. So a is equal to 121 by 4 minus, right? So it is that also you have approximated. It is 30 point 30 point 2 30 point what? 30.25, right? 30.25 meter per second square with negative sign. This acceleration you have to use in the second case. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Now V is again known 0. How much is u? U is 80 km per hour, right? Yes or no? 80 km per hour. So first convert it into meter per second. Then substitute it here. A, how much you will substitute? You have to substitute A as minus 30 meter per second square. Then you will be getting SE2, stoppage distance in case 2. Okay, solve it and come back tomorrow. We will do some interesting problems tomorrow as well. But tomorrow we will, after doing some numericals, we will go to the next part. That is, what happens exactly when this linear motion in one dimension is taken place in vertical manner. The major difference we will be having is of acceleration. Acceleration. Remember, we are studying kinematics, so no external force will be considered. So whatever acceleration we will be having, it will be either against gravity or with gravity. Okay? So that we will do tomorrow. See you.